Hello. Oh no, you're in it now. It's too late. You did it to yourself. This is Emma, who you've not met before, but you're going to be seeing a lot of in the next 2 weeks. This is a chaotic start to the video. This is Emma. I am in Croatia. There's probably been a montage of flying already. I don't know how much I'm going to vlog over the next 2 weeks, but I'm in Croatia for 2 weeks. We've landed in Zagreb, which we're going to call Zagreb. If anyone watching this speaks Croatian or knows how words are meant to be said, please leave me alone, and I apologise in advance. I have zero clue how to pronounce anything. And it's the first time I've ever travelled to a country where I don't know a single word of the language, so wish us luck. But we are in Zagreb. We have got a packed couple of weeks, which aren't that packed, with a lot of lazing around in the sun. And it's going to be fun. But currently, we've been travelling since, what, 6 a.m? And it's 4:30, 5 p.m?
Yeah.
So we're hungry. So we're going to go get food. I don't know what food, I don't know where. But yeah, I will take you with me on some portion of the next 2 weeks. I do have books, and I will tell you what books I have with me and what I'm planning to read and what I'm reading. But that is for later, so let's go eat. Hello, we are out in Zagreb. There's an Emma, and we have books and croissants, and we're gonna sit and have a nice chill breakfast reading, and I'm very overexposed because it is sunny as heck. To Plitvice Lakes. Let's go! Hello. We have made it to Krka, which we are here for Plitvice Lakes, which is one of the national parks, which we're going to go to tomorrow morning. We spent today exploring Zagreb and then driving down. It's about a 2.5-hour drive, so not too difficult. All hats off to Emma, who is doing all the driving and is a saint. Because there's no way you're going to catch me driving on the other side of the road. So did that, and then we just had a chill evening here because it was far too late by the time we got here to go to the parks, and also getting quite dark and quite cold, shockingly cold. So we've just been chilling and reading, and I thought now would be a good opportunity, as we're way into the vlog, I've not got around to it yet, to tell you about what books I've brought with me for this trip and what I'm going to be reading. How much I'll read is to be seen, but starting point, current read, Acts of Service by Lillian Fishman. I started reading this with the intention of finishing it before the trip. Did not do that, so have been reading it since. I'm nearly done with it now. Page 150 out of like 200 and something, 212. So very nearly done with this. This is following a woman who, in a relationship, gets involved in a kind of threesome open relationship situation, polyamory situation. And it's just a lot of reflection on being queer and being a woman and what's right versus what you feel and lots of interesting things. It's a good read. Quite a lot to take in, but enjoying it nonetheless. I then, of course, for a 2-week holiday, have 4 other books with me, because why wouldn't I? So we're just going to go through them in the order they come out of the book sleeves, starting with Mrs. S by Kay Patrick. I mentioned this, I think, in a recent vlog that I picked it up. I picked this up in foils, as it says on it, from foils. And this follows a woman who becomes a teacher at an all-girls secondary school, and I think is Australian and or is British, going to Australia one way around or the other, and feels very alienated. She's quite young, the girls are horrible to her, and gets into a romance with the headmaster's wife. And I think it's meant to be a bit surrealist, a bit weird, sounds interesting, sounds very up my alley, and this might be what I pick up after Acts of Service, which I'm hoping to finish today anyway. I am then hoping to read Slug by Holly McNish, which is a combination of, just normal prose and also verse, and also I think just some other kind of things are in here. I don't really know, but it looks quite interesting. It's quite chunky, so may or may not get to it. I'm going to read you the blurb on this one because I don't really know what happens. It says, from Finnish saunas and soppy otters to grief, grandparents and Kellogg's anti-masturbation pants, Slug is a book which holds a mirror lovingly up to the world past and present through Holly's driving, funny, hopeful poetry and prose. Slug is about the human condition of birth and death and how we manage the possibilities in between. I don't know much more than that. It sounds interesting, and I thought it could be quite a nice one, especially when we're here and when we're in Split in a few days, to kind of sit and read by a pool, when I can just sit and read, 100 pages at a time sort of thing, because this is about 400 pages long. 500 pages long, so we'll see if we get to it. I then have, what have I got in here? I have Vicky, Romeo and Jules by Ellie Piercy, which I'm very intrigued about. I am a little nervous because I know this author has written something in Scottish dialect, which feels really difficult, but I don't think this one is, which is good. This follows, I think, 2 women in a amateur, professional, not sure, production of Romeo and Juliet, Born to Being Earnest, and it's an all-women rendition of it. And I think it's going to be, main person, and as it says, Jules, the sexy, sarcastic femme fatale, and a cheerleader to boot. And the 2 of them kind of get together, set in 2001, set in Glasgow. It sounds like a good time. I don't know what to expect, but I'm ready to give it a go, and it feels like a really fun holiday read. I've had this for forever and not got around to it, and now feels like a good time. And then finally, if I'm feeling some fantasy, I have The Deep Sky by Yume Kitase, which is like a sci-fi thriller. I think basically some people have been selected to go and represent Earth, or represent each nation of Earth to form a new colony somewhere. And so there's someone kind of representing each country, and what I believe happens is someone dies, and then they're trying to work out who killed them, what happened, and we're following the main character, I don't know her name, Asuka, and it says Asuka already felt like an imposter before the explosion. She was the last picked for the mission, and she struggled during training back on Earth, and was chosen to represent Japan, a country she knows only partly as a half-Japanese girl raised in America. And then this crew is all she has left. It sounds really interesting. I have no idea if I will get to it, but it's probably the least likely, but I wanted something a bit different in case I felt like it. So those are all the books I have with me to read. The final thing I'll talk about bookish, you would have seen a clip of this earlier. We found a bookstore in Zagreb, and so I bought books. I am a book collector as much as a reader, and so I very much collect editions of books I love, even if I can't read them. And so I got 2 today. One is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern, with a cover I've never seen before, and I'm a little bit obsessed. I normally collect the Night Circuses, or sometimes Starless Sea as well, but more often than not it's the Night Circus, but the cover of that here was exactly the same as like the UK, which is a little bit uninteresting, whereas this one was really cool. And it has, let me find an example of one of the pretty pages inside, and the part breaks look like this, and then the chapters look like that, and it came with a cute little bookmark. So that's good fun. Very happy with that purchase, and it's floppy, so you know, add it to the collection. And then I also got a copy of Tomorrow, or Sutra by Gabrielle Zevin, which is one of my favourite books. I can't explain why this caught my eye quite so much. Something about the title being in a different language just really attracted me. So we're here. So yes, lots to read, almost over Active Service, hoping to finish it tonight. Other than that, the holiday will continue. My camera's at the flat because I'm stupid, so we're doing this on my phone. We're gonna go hike Plitvice Lakes. Let's see how it goes. Hello, it is about 1 p.m. We are back at the Airbnb. We have finished our hike for the day. It took about 5 hours, which was pretty good. It was gorgeous, a million photos. I'm sure there'll be a million video clips inserted before this one. But the plan now is head down to the pool, read, chill, swim for the rest of the day. So we're going to cover ourselves in sun cream and get down by the pool as soon as humanly possible for a nice chill afternoon. Sorry for all the squinting, it's very bright out here. morning. It is Saturday, so it's our 6th day in Croatia, and I've been absolutely rubbish at updating the vlog in this way versus just an absolute ton of B-roll. So we're going to do a quick update. We are currently in Zadar. We were in Rakovica for the lakes, which you've seen a ton of clips of. And have now moved down to Zadar yesterday, just for one night, so we're leaving this hotel very soon, which is sad because it's absolutely gorgeous. Sorry, my arm is not doing well with holding up this camera. But we've just been here for the night. It was a nice stopping off point. It meant we could go to Plitvice National Park yesterday on the way here, and then we went out to see sunset and get some dinner yesterday and see the sea organ, which is really cool. It's a load of pipes that run under like the stairs by the coast, and as the sea moves with the tide it plays music, which is really cool. Quite haunting, really cool. And then both in Plitvice and here we have spent a lot of time by various pools with our books. I'll grab Emma at some point and make her tell you what she's reading because I'm proud of what she's reading. But I finished in about 2 days flat Vicky Romeo plus Jules. 5 stars. Incredible. I think when I introduced all the books I'm reading I would have done a quick blurb, but very quickly, it's set in 2001 in Glasgow in the like queer scene, gay scene, and you're following this character Vicky Romeo who's had a bit of a tough like upbringing in some ways, and she's a bit of like a player, gets lots of people, like very in the scene, and it's basically following her romance with someone called Jules and lots of other things around that. They're in a theatre production, lots of good stuff. There's a really interesting author's note in the beginning basically saying like she wrote this book in 2001, 2002 and wrote it very true to what the scene was like then. So a lot of biphobia, a lot of transphobia, non-binary people definitely don't exist, yada yada. And it took 16 years for it to find a publisher. I think it was then published in about 2018, 2019. And she made the choice at that point to not update it for current times and like, you know, make it more PC and all of this, and to keep it as almost a historical piece in 2001. So there's a lot of language in it and a lot of views in it, which obviously are not reflective of the author's views or the world today, but it's actually really interesting to see some queer history like that. It was fantastic. I loved it. The romance is great. It's not like a romance book at all. It's much darker than that, but has obviously a romance plot through it. Fantastic. Loved it. Highly recommend. And I'm now reading The Deep Sky, which I can't show you the cover of because I've taken the dust jacket off because it's a really nice velvety one that's not going to do well with sun creamy hands, which is like a sci-fi thriller kind of vibe. We're following a ship that's been sent on like a one-way journey through space, which can take about 30 years to find a new place for humans to be, and there's no intention of other people like going with. It's just this crew of 80 have been sent off on this and they will repopulate the earth at the other end. And basically it's got representatives from around the world. We're following our main character Asuka, who is American/Japanese and is there as a Japanese representative. And quite near the beginning of this book, something happens and one of the crew gets killed. And now they're trying to work out, like, was it intentional? Who did it? Like, what's happening? And there's a lot of interesting stuff of, on this ship, as I say, it's a 30-year journey. The first 10 years are in hibernation, the next 10 years they're awake, and the final 10 years are in hibernation again. And in those 10 years in the middle, every single person of the crew, so it's an all-female crew, are expected to have a couple kids to basically start the repopulation, which is a bit wild. And yeah, it's really, really interesting, really, really grippingly written. I'm really enjoying it. Did not expect to be reading a big sci-fi on holiday, but we're here. But yeah, plan for today is go explore a little bit of Zadar, head down to Krka National Park, which is our final national park of the trip, and then to Split, which is a gorgeous city with lots of beaches and lots of pools, and we're going to be there for like 4 days. And it's going to be chill. And then after that we'll head down to Dubrovnik. But that's it for now. Having a good time. Lots of chilling, lots of reading, lots of exploring. I'm also ill, just because why wouldn't I be ill on holiday? Just a little bit, it's fine, it's cold. But that's it. Anyway, Emma has emerged and is going to tell us what she's reading this holiday. What are you reading?
Hopefully all of this. So I have finished Love Hypothesis. I took a big break, as Maddie will say over and over again, and never let me live down. I have finished this one, loved it. I did have to read a couple chapters beforehand just to get back to where I was and remember who the hell some of the characters were.
Interjection from me. Emma read this book and 180 pages, 100 pages from the end, just stopped.
I essentially got to the big smut scene and was like, I'm good.
Just stopped for like a few months and has now picked it back up. And this is not the only time she's done this. With Red, White and Royal Blue, she got to the third act breakup was about to happen and stopped for a year and a half before continuing reading the book. I have a personal vendetta against the way in which Emma reads books.
I have a fear of commitment, okay? That's what I'm going to call it. So I am now on to Icebreaker, and I've gotten about maybe a quarter through, around 100 and so pages. Liking it so far.
This was very much my influence. I made her read it.
Most of my reading is your influence. And then going back to my mother's influence is sort of crime thriller, so The Poison Tree. So I've read things before like The Dry, which is a murder mystery set in the outback during a very intense drought. Really good, loved it, could not guess who the murderer was until the last moment. So this was at my mother's recommendation, so I'm gonna give it a go. But
amazing.
I will be murdered by Maddie on this trip if I don't finish this first.
Yep.
So this is the one I'm currently reading.
It's fucking gorgeous, and I've set my film camera back up, so we're going to explore here, which is not where we're meant to be, and then drive to where we're meant to be. Right, this is the map. We are here somewhere. We wanted to be here. We're not quite sure how this happened, but ta-da! I don't care if this is a monastery. I want it, and I want to live there. Please and thank you. Another quick morning update. My voice is nearly gone, which is great timing. But as you saw, we did make it to the Croatia National Park yesterday. We were at the right lake. We were just very much not at the entrance. So took a 40-minute drive, drove around to the main entrance, went and saw the big waterfall. You'll have seen all the B-roll. It was gorgeous. Lovely way to spend a few hours in the evening for like a few kilometre hike. It was gorgeous. And then we drove down to Split, which is where we are now. We got here last night. All we did was go out for dinner and go to sleep because we got here much later than planned because everything throughout the day just sort of ran late. But honestly, who cares? Like, we're not on any kind of timetable here. We're vibing. So made it to Split. And today we're going to go out and explore Split. Explore the main city, go to the park, see the big viewpoint, and then probably come back for a bit of a pool day because we've been on the move a lot the last few days, so we're a bit tired. And we've got like 4 days here, so we can afford a pool day. So that's pretty much the plan. I will hopefully be doing more reading of The Deep Sky. I'm obsessed with this cover. I'm loving the book. It's so good. I'm like 113 pages in and it's like 400 pages, and I'd really like to get this done in the next few days, so I can hopefully get Mrs. S done this holiday as well, would be my ideal. So need to crack on with that, but that should be possible. We've got lots of beach and pool time, so we can do that. But yeah, I'm gonna go explore Split, see what we find. I will inevitably find a bookshop. It is my secret power. I'm having so much fun with my film camera now that I haven't absolutely ruined it. I'm so stupid, I can't believe I did that. And I'm probably going to try and pick up some more film in Split because I'm going to get through it because I'm having too much fun. But that's it. So we will continue the B-roll. I'll see you in a bit. Show you this. I don't know if you can hear me over the cicadas. I'm sat in the pool, quite literally, with my book here. We are reading in the pool today. Not by the pool, in the pool. Hello, quick update. It is now evening. Emma and I are about to go out for dinner, and I felt like we needed a quick moment to show off the outfits because it's the first time we've not looked ridiculous in the last few days. So I'm in a blue funky shirt and just shorts, not that exciting. But Emma, ta-da, moment for the outfit, moment for the outfit, free feet content. We looking good. Yay. We looking good. I know, but just with the sunset, it would have been so great. I don't know how to say it, but we're doing a little day trip. So, we're in Dubrovnik. We are out exploring. We're walking the city walls, and it's raining. We were enjoying the cloud cover. It's a bit cooler. Didn't anticipate rain. How do we feel about the rain? Yeah.